Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's okay. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. For all those who have followed along this entire time, thank you guys for all the support and love. For all those who are new to the channel, thank you guys so much for following along. We are 7 weeks out from the 2021 Olympia. Before I get into what we're doing today and where we're at, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who reached out to me this past week. As you guys all know, we lost my coach, my mentor, one of my best friends, John Meadows, this past week. It's been a tough week, not only for myself, but for everyone in the industry who's been touched by John, who's been motivated by John. But as I know John very closely, he will want me to continue to fight, keep pushing. And as I told him, this Olympia this year is for him, so we'll continue to do that. So like I said, guys, we're 7 weeks out from the 2021 Olympia. We're hitting some legs today. Today would be predominantly quads, but I'm also gonna do a little bit of hamstrings, calves, a little bit of glutes as well. As I did mention in previous videos, I do have a second leg day later in the week. We are actually at a new gym today. We are training at Strong and Shapely Gym. For those who don't know, it is one of the original gyms here in New Jersey. It's been around for over 25 plus years. The who's who have trained here. Professional bodybuilders, WWF wrestlers, MLB, NFL, you name it, they've been here. Most notably, The Rock has trained here as well. The reason why we're here today is because I just wanted to change the scenery. Kind of change things up a little bit. You know, you guys know I train at Signature Fitness, that's my home gym. But once in a while, it's good to kind of get out of your comfort zone. And two, it's good to change up your routine a little bit and train on equipment that you're not used to training on. They have some amazing leg equipment here. I already know what I want to do today for legs. Again, I've been here numerous times. I love the leg pieces here today, here at this gym. So you guys are gonna see some quads 7 weeks out from the 2020 Olympia. Time to rock and roll. Let's go. Guys, so first things first, we always start with the calves on leg days. Like I said, I mentioned previous time, I've been training calves up to 3 times a week now, simply because it's the biggest body part for me. So hitting some standing horizontal style calf raises on this machine that I absolutely love. But I wanted to point out one thing to you that Strong and Shapely has. They have one of the craziest standing calf raises I've ever seen in my life. This stack here, I don't know the name, I don't know the brand of it, but it goes up to 1,000 pounds. So the weight stack goes all the way down to 1,000. Goes all the way up, you guys can see. Now, I've only seen one person ever do this. I think it was Flex Lewis when he was here in Jersey training. Besides that, I don't think he's ever been touched ever again. So just want to point that out to you guys. Pretty crazy. I really like this piece, as opposed to like a straight up standing. The first thing I noticed off the bat is I don't have as much compressed pressure on my spine as I would with the a standing calf raise. As you can see, it's kind of angled a little bit, so it's almost like a front squat version of a standing calf raise. So the reason I love the machine so much is because first thing I noticed off the bat is this, as opposed to a regular standing calf raise, I get no lower back compression, whereas with the regular standing calf raise, the pressure's coming straight down. Whereas opposed to this one, I'm kind of angled a little bit. The pressure's in front of me, and I'm putting a lot of tension on my calves and getting a really good stretch with it. So this is a very, very old piece. I've only seen like 2 or 3 gyms maybe that make it or still have it. I think it's made by Nautilus. They don't really exist in there anymore. This gym is awesome because, like I said, it's been around for over 25 plus years. They've got brands, the original brands here. Cybex, Icarian, Nebula, Nautilus. We got some free motion equipment. But everything is like super old school. And if you guys know, I'm a big fan of old school equipment. There are some stuff that I like that's new from the newer brands, but I mean, let's be real, nothing beats the OG stuff. So. hands down, by far, my #1 favorite ever seated hamstring machine here is this old school Flex Fitness ham tractor. I remember training on this back in 2006. I was at my home gym down in South Jersey where I used to live when I was going to college. They had one of these. Absolutely fell in love with it. It's just so much easier to be able to get in without needing help. The contraction is awesome, but also the stretch it gives you at the top of the room it feels so damn good. Again, guys, this gym has so many goodies. Like I said, everything I'm doing today is everything that I love. That's why everything I came in here, I knew exactly what I wanted to do before even getting here. So you guys will see today. Okay. That's all she wrote. Alright guys, so just warm the hamstrings up. So for my leg days, I like to warm up both my hamstrings as well as the knees. So hamstrings are nice and warm. Now I warm up the knees a little bit with some extensions. I won't go too crazy here on extensions as far as the weight poundages go. Again, I just want to get more blood into the area, warm things up, make sure things are feeling good. Because after that, we're going to start working, get into my heavier movements. So qualifications for the Olympia are all said and done for the 212 at least. Last show was last weekend in Texas. So I think there's roughly 14 or 15 guys that are qualified for Olympia. Obviously with the top 5 from last year and a few new guys in the mix that are jumping into the Olympia this year, some veterans as well. You know, it's every year it's the Olympia, it's the best of the best. I expect to compete with the best. Not every show, no show period is easy. But again, it just coming off last year, the motivation I had, I think my motivation this year is a lot higher for myself. Obviously, coming off last year, I always told myself I have to be better every single year in order to improve, to hold on to the title. But now having that guardian angel up top, John Meadows looking down on me, pushing me. I know he's right here. He's making me do extra reps, extra sets, and kind of getting into my head. John and I had a plan. Someone asked me this, like, what am I going to do going forward now that I'm no longer, John's no longer here? We've always had a plan, no matter what, John and I. I've had a plan for this year's Olympia. I'm going to carry it out, see the way through, and we will be at my absolute best once again. Oh, shit. All right, guys, so we're moving into the first quad movement. It's going to be the V squat. But what I'm not going to do, I'm actually going to make it into almost like a hack squat. So if you look here, this pad here in the front and pad here in the back too. So you have the option to go either forward, which is like a front squat, or which is almost like a hack squat. Honestly, it's a little bit easier if you're facing forward, I feel like, but I want to make it as hard as possible. I want to get a lot more quad engagement, so I'm going to face outward and simulate almost like a hack squat here. So the goal is trying to get my hamstring to touch my calf, come all the way down, squeeze all the way up. So let's go. One thing you don't want to do with this movement, or any movement really, in particular this one, is I want to take it slow. So as I'm coming down, I want to control the weight, not just rush through it. I'm going to take about a 3 to 4 second count down, and then blast at the bottom. This allows me to be able to really control the movement better and to really engage the quads a lot more. Guys, don't be afraid to wrap your knees. That's the one thing people always question is, do you have to wrap your knees? Or I heard that wrap your knees, the legs don't grow. I've been wrapping my knees since day one. My legs have grown over the years. And let's be real. Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, Branch Warren, some of the biggest, baddest bodybuilders of our game have always wrapped their knees. Again, your kneecap is this small, guys. When you're putting tons of pressure on your legs, squatting, pressing, whatever, you gotta protect that. Protect the knees. So just be smart. Longevity is important. And the reason why I believe I've lasted so long, 15, 16 years now, is I've been smart with not only training, but also taking care of my body. Knee wraps, wrist wraps, things like that. So safety first, longevity is the key.
Okay. Oh. This. Come on. Whoa. Shit. Whew.
All right, guys, so moving into the next movement, leg press. I know I said this before, and I keep saying it. This is by far my most favorite leg piece ever. This is the side backs. This is actually called a squat press, so it's not a regular leg press, but still a leg press. Just the motion, just the way it comes down, the way I have no pressure whatsoever on my knees, my absolute favorite piece ever. So we're gonna work up here to a heavy set of 10, 12. Again, we're getting close to the show. Again, I want to step up the intensity. So I'm gonna kick up the reps, kick up the sets, kick up the movements. So let's keep working, guys.
Gotta go fucking heavier. Shit.
All right, guys, so just did that first set. 20 plates, 10 each side, wasn't enough, so we got 2 more plates up top. Hopefully, I pray that it's the places to fall on my head, so let's see. Come on. Ooh. Hey. God. Hey. Oh man, fuck. I think that was good. I'll take that one. All right, guys, so moving into the next movement for quads here. So we're moving into the swing squat. Now, today we have what we call the pendulum squat. I think that originated from this piece here, bringing this swing squat. This was created by a gentleman who, I think this might be like one of the original swing squats he ever made here. He actually visited this gym not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Came to check it out, talk to the owner about the piece. But again, it hits the same way, like a regular pendulum squat. I get, again, no pressure whatsoever on the knees. My goal is, again, get the hamstring to touch the calf, come all the way up. It's just a magnificent piece, man. It just hits so different than anything else. So we're gonna try to move some weight here. We'll see. Let's see how it feels. But my legs are pretty shot right now. But we still gotta keep working, right? So let's get to it.
Come on.
Set a record in last year against me. This new guy set a new record. He's beating you by like 60 points. The guy that I'm playing, you have the second most points. The guy that playing at 60 points.
All right, guys, we're back here at the V squat. This time we're hitting some plate loaded RDL, stiff legs, whatever you want to call it. Again, I don't have a piece at my home gym, so I haven't done it in a very long time, but I knew they had it here. I know that I love hitting it this way. Again, it's a different variation from what I'm used to. So you guys, you probably have never done this before. If you have, you know how good it feels. If not, see how I do it and give it a shot if you have this piece of gym at your gym. All right, guys, the one thing here you want to be cautious of here when performing this movement is you want to have a very slight bend in your knees, kicking your hamstrings and your glutes back away from the machine, and try your best to have as flat of a back as possible. And for me, what I felt like I connect better with if I keep my head straight instead of down. So as you can see during the movement, instead of being here, my head is straight, kicking back my glutes, my hamstring, like I said, very small, bend in my knee. I feel a good stretch just right here alone without the weight. So when I put the weight, the load actually on, I'm gonna get an even better connection in the hamstring. So again, flat back, kick the glute to hamstring back, keep the head forward, and cook your hamstrings.
Come on. What?
Man, that fucking hits different. Alright guys, so we're moving into adductors. That's an area I've been putting a lot of attention on the past 2.5 years or so. That's the one area you notice a difference if it's lacking in certain shots, the double bicep, the front lat spread, even the front lat shot. It just gives the width in your quads so much bigger when your adductors are larger, thicker. So this is something I've been doing at least twice a week now. It's really just filling that gap in between the thighs. So if you're lacking in that area, if you're noticing your legs are a little thinner in certain shots, you definitely need to build your adductor. I think it's very important. That's an area that I know for myself I neglected for years. And again, it took me talking to judges, getting feedback, looking at photos, videos to see why am I lagging in that area. And it's pretty simple. There's a fix for everything. You just got to figure out what it is and get to work. So let's get working. Let's be real. I'm not the only one who has favorite pieces. I'm sure everybody has their favorite piece that they like from a particular brand. So I just happen to be a Cybex junkie.
Devin Williams actually isn't a bad guy. Daniel Barr got a skill that can be good. There's nobody out there that can comment and you just pull it in and sucks. So. I'm gonna keep this on it.
That's music to my ears. That's a win.
Daniel hit those 30 points and leave up there.
Ow! Fuck!
Ready? Got it.
Alright guys, we're gonna wrap up some leg with some glutes. Jim just got a new Nautilus hip drive, glute thrust, whatever you wanna call it. I've actually tried this a couple of months ago at another gym somewhere else. I actually loved it a lot. And obviously, we're 7 weeks out from Olympia, everything counts. Glutes, hamstrings, calves, the whole 9 yards we're done today. So let's finish up with some glutes here. I'm gonna do 2 good hard sets here. We'll keep the reps anywhere between 12 and 15. Just get a really good contraction here. And so let's finish up. I'm cooked. All right, guys, leg day is in the books. We haven't shot, I think, quads since the beginning of my prep, so I wanted to again change it up a little bit, give you guys an insight what it looks like 7 weeks out. Nothing really changes for me. I still go as hard and heavy all the way throughout the show, as you've seen throughout my videos. Once again, to everyone who has been following along, thank you so much. Please continue to follow along. Myself and my team will bring you content every single day leading into this year's Olympia. And for all the new followers, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are enjoying the content thus far. Once again, we're 7 weeks out from the 2021 Olympia. We're looking to come in bigger, better, improve, get title number 2. We're out.
You look like the 3.